Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our channel. There have been a lot of tussle going on in Rivers State, particularly when it comes to do with Rivers PDP. There are two factions, one led by Robinson Ewor, the other led by Chukwuemeka Ewor. Now, for that of Robinson Ewor, he has the full backing and support of NWC, who also gave their full support via Debo Onugunogba, the National Publicity Secretary, PDP. And to make matters interesting, the Deputy National Publicity Secretary is now coming out to debunk it via the national dailies, insisting that actually it is Chukwuemeka Ewor that is the recognized one. But as we speak, more issues are coming up. And this time around, PDP is warning, making strong statements. I'm going to find out what it is in a moment. But before we do that, can you subscribe to our channel now? According to the news, the acting chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Rivers State, Honorable Nname Robinson Ewor, has issued a state warning to Chukwuemeka Ewor and his group, accusing them of contempt of court. The warning came after Ewor alleged on being the chairman of the Rivers State PDP despite a subsisting High Court judgment nullifying the state, local government, and ward congresses conducted by his group. Ewor, in a press release, reminded Ewor that the court has declared their congresses null and void, emphasizing that his continuous occupation of the PDP secretariat and claims of legitimacy to the party's executive and its committee are illegal actions. He also expressed concern and disappointment that the state police hierarchy has provided cover for the illegitimate group despite court ruling being public knowledge. He said, and I quote him word for word, "We wish to remind Chukwuemeka Ewor and his co-travelers of his subsisting High Court judgment nullifying the purported state, local government area, and ward congresses conducted by his group in the state using the name of the PDP. Even when the congresses were conducted in flagrant disobedience to another court order stopping them, we as law-abiding citizens never interfered in the activities of the illegal group until now that a court of competent jurisdiction has declared the purported congresses as a nullity. Accordingly, we wish to warn the Chukwuemeka Ewor-led group to respect the ruling of the Honorable Justice of the Federal High Court, Port Harcourt, and desist from taking the laws into their hands through the continuous occupation of the PDP Secretariat, as well as claiming legitimacy to the party's executive committee and other illegal actions. We have noted with concern and disappointment that even when the court's ruling is of public knowledge, the state police hierarchy still provided cover to such illegitimate so-called PDP executive to perpetrate their illegal act. He, however, appealed to law enforcement agencies, particularly the Nigerian police, to remain apolitical and not take sides in the political dispute. Furthermore, he urged the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Agbotekun, the Rivers State Commissioner of Police, and other relevant security agencies to ensure that their officers operate within the law and do not aid or abet lawbreakers. He added, "May we therefore use this opportunity to appeal to law enforcement agencies, particularly the Nigerian police in the state, that to take sides in the political imbroglio but remain apolitical, not to take sides in the political issue, but remain apolitical, taking side with a group whose action and inaction contravenes the provision of the law is to confirm that the law enforcement officers are actually the very ones aiding and abetting lawbreakers in the state. As law-abiding citizens, we would like to appeal to the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Agbotekun, the Rivers State Commissioner of Police, the Director of State Security, and other relevant security agencies to prevail on other officers and men to operate within the ambit of the law and not to be a party to those orchestrating the breach of law. We also appeal to our esteemed members and supporters to remain calm and refuse to be provoked by the antics of desperate political merchants who are trying hard to unleash mayhem on innocent law-abiding citizens of Rivers State. That is, of course, this is done by the Rivers State PDP media team. My colleague is in the house. To start with, the governor of Rivers State, Fubara, actually welcomed the new Rivers Commissioner of Police by reminding him not to be attending October meeting. And here is the faction of PDP being led by Robinson Ewor, also warning that the police should stay apolitical, that they're actually giving cover to the Emeka Aaron's faction. What's your take on all of this?
Well, it's important for that to be emphasized because one of the things that makes the security agency very potent is when they are political, especially on issues that has to do with politics or party that fall within the party lines. However, it's important for us to make some clarification, one of which is the issue of appealing of court cases. Now, appealing of court cases oftentimes come with stay of execution. If there is no proof of stay of execution and appeal of that federal high court ruling, then Robinson Ewor has the full right to take over the secretariat. And I think that's one of the things that the police, before they start thinking of taking side with the current leadership or the supposed or purported current leadership of PDP in Rivers State, they have to also make demands on the side so that when things like this happen, you can come out with a public statement that will authenticate the reason why you guys are doing what you're doing. That here is a copy of the appeal that has been handed over to us alongside stay of execution. So for that reason, they still remain in office. And execution of that judgment cannot be carried out. In other words, they cannot vacate the secretariat until the case in our appeal court is cemented, concretized. If they refuse to appeal to Supreme Court, then you guys can take over. I think that will help save all this Wahala we are seeing in Rivers State. But however, also, I want to give so much respect to Robinson Ewor, for being able to calm down the nerves and the heat in the nerves of young people who are tired of this issue of party being loyal to one man and all of that. So I think I thumbs up him there, but then the police should do their due diligence and ensure they stay out of anything political so that the country can strive better and also they can retain back the respect and the respect that they have for their profession.
But let's see how this plays out. Because the truth be told, Emeka Aaron seemed to be very strong in his claims. According to, if you check our playlist, you get to see where the legal part, where the lawyer representing Emeka Aaron insisting that during that whole matter, that all the processes he had to go through the proceedings and discover that they didn't get any copy. And the whole thing went in their absentia. And from all indication, according to him, that they actually fight against acting executive, that they are not acting, they're not in the acting capacity, that they were duly elected. So he believes that they were not referring to Emeka Aaron and the likes.
Well, I think they were not duly elected because if they had gone in sync with the court order that was issued before they went into Congress, we shouldn't even be talking about them being in that position. Because I think why Robinson Ewor is insisting that they should vacate the secretariat is that before you guys even thought of going into this whole show called Congress, there was a court order preventing you. So if we have to go back to respecting your Congress or want to start from the beginning of this whole the entire this thing is invalidated. And I see the reasons why Robinson Ewor wants to take over the secretariat. Because if you want to go by it, if the police want to go by it, the first instant is was there a pre-information that you guys should not hold this Congress? The answer is yes. You went ahead. So number one, you have gone against the law. And if you have gone against the law, the whole activity is invalidated. It cannot even stand.
But what they are insisting is the fact that all sister agencies and all due agencies were there during the Congress. INEC was there, DSS was there, police was there.
That is the problem we are having right now, because some of this, unfortunately, the police or security agencies sometimes give so much credence to certain people who are in certain offices. They tend to respect them more than the law, and that is why we see a situation in our country is like this. There are certain people that can come up with a court order or come up with a court judgment that will not even be respected. Forgetting that particular document they are bringing is traceable to where? to the court. And if it's traceable, that's judiciary. And if you refuse, you're declining automatically, you are rubbishing the judiciary. So for me, this whole thing got messed up from day one. As far as I'm concerned, they were not supposed to hold this guy, what's his name? Chukwuemeka is only a chairman to weakest PDP. But if it has to be the main PDP as a party in Nigeria, that whole thing is invalidated. And that's why when I hate Abubakar yesterday, I think on one of these media deputy guy talking, I looked at him as someone who is taking side. He pretends as if he doesn't know what he's doing, but I can assure you he's taking side. Because how can you've already heard that there was a court instruction that invalidates that Congress. And they went ahead and do that Congress. That is the starting point of this whole thing. If we want to go back to the beginning, they are not even in existence. If we want to say, okay, let's stand by the court order and all of that, they are not in existence because they went against it.
All right, we could go on and let's go wrap it up.